Hi everyone, this is another help tutorial for all our sellers on GeeWeez.com. This tutorial is going to talk about shipping. I've just isolated shipping on its own because it's quite a helpful tool to specifically identify on what you want to do for your shipping side of things. And so there's two areas we take shipping. One is your general shipping information, depending on your location, where you want to sell to, and that's what we'll go over this video. And then there is another shipping side which will kind of explain when you do your product upload, and that's to add a specific shipping criteria for one product in particular, and it's not a general thing, so it's just specific for that product. But we'll go over that in another tutorial with regards to product upload. So now we're just going to talk about your general shipping side of things. So if we go into setting on your dashboard, so once you come into your dashboard, if you go into settings, so you've logged into your seller account, and that should load any moment now. Okay, so if you remember in our previous video we were talking about doing filling in your setting information. That's always helpful, and that should be the very first thing you do. We're going to skip payment and just go into shipping, and I'll explain about payment in another video. Okay, so shipping is important because it enables you to add a general shipping specific depending on if you want to sell based on your default prices that you know based on your country, and also add a few locations in. If you don't add this or mess with the specific settings, what tends to happen is it goes to our default settings for the shipping calculation. And now we know that doesn't really help for all sellers because depending on your country location, there might be a specific. So you need to enable the shipping function here. Okay. I'm just going to work out the random costs. They're not really by any shipping regulation based in the UK or anywhere else. It's just to show you what happens when you add your specific prices in. So this is your default shipping price. So what we'll say is our default shipping price is $5. Okay. An additional price, let's say for instance, if we're adding an additional product, it's a $2 more. And let's just say $1 here for additional quantity. These might be wrong and they might be over exaggerated, but I'm just trying to show you because you guys will work on your calculation based on your country. Okay, your shipping time, and on average, if it's a normal product, nothing specific, so it's not a really big product, how long would you take to deliver the product or ship out the product? We're going to say 3 to 5 business days. Okay. So here is your shipping policy. Now it's really important that you put in there if you are selling outside a certain location, or if your location is not there, what the seller should do, your policies with regards to shipping as a whole. So I'm just going to put something in there. You probably put something a bit more detailed specific to your shop, but I'm going to put in here for, we'll say, if your product is sorry, let's rephrase that. If your shipping location is not listed, please contact us uh, via shop page. For now, you could put an email address in there if that helps you. Refund policies, you got to kind of work out what you're giving. If you're giving your average 30-day refund policy, so it just gives you your terms and conditions for your shop. If there's a product that you happen to sell clothes, or anything that kind of has a certain criteria of refund, you want to put that here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this in here so we make an entry. You don't really need to, you can skip any of these locations out. So this is your location where you're at, so it's really good because the calculation will be based on your location to the other location. So location A being yourself, and location B being the location of where you're selling to. Some sellers may only want to sell to certain locations, so this is the reason why we're filling in this general shipping information. So for instance, I want to only sell to United States. Okay, so we'll just do the United States, and if I sell to the United States, I'm gonna add another $10 on top of my original $5. So there'll be a $5 charge and plus another $10, so that made 15 in total. If it was to be there, you can select a state and different regions and so on and so forth depending on the country. So you really can get down to nitty-gritty specifics, because I know general shipping calculators don't really work out. Let's say for instance remote locations depending on what you're shipping to, and you can add an additional there. Go ahead and add another location. So, for instance, let's add United Kingdom, um, and that's zero, because there's no extra charge apart from the $5. Let's add, mm, let's add Jamaica, and if I'm shipping to Jamaica, there's going to be additional $13 charge. And like I said, I'm just making all this up. You will base that on your calculation. So just a quick overview of the information we put in here, and if you're happy with that, you just go ahead and save your settings. Okay, so this is your general shipping calculations, and what that means is that when you add a product and you don't put any shipping details, you just tick the box for shipping, which we'll go over in another tutorial for product upload. This shipping side is automatically applied to the product. Okay, so anybody within these countries you will sell to, and if it's outside there, they'll contact you to tell you, otherwise, could you please send over, and so on and so forth. Okay, so hope that's quite straightforward, guys. If you have any questions, best thing to do is just to email support@geeweez.com, and our support team will get back to you. Just keep in mind that there might be a 24 to 48 hour reply time based on how busy we are. Okay, so hopefully that kind of answers your shipping side of things. Okay then, take care guys. Bye bye.